You are 28 years old. You have a job. You have a degree. You have a relationship. You have followers on social media. You have everything that you were told would make you happy. And yet, when you sit alone at night after the noise of the day has finally quieted, there is a feeling you cannot escape. A feeling that something is missing. A feeling that you're walking through your own life as a stranger. A feeling that everyone else has somehow figured it out and you are the only one still searching. You're not alone in this feeling. Right now, millions of people in every part of the world are asking the same question. What is the purpose of my life? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? And here is what is so tragic and so liberating about this question. The question itself is the problem. For thousands of years, human beings have been told that life must have a purpose, that you must find your reason for being here, that without meaning, some grand cosmic predestined meaning, your life is wasted. This idea has caused immense damage. It has set seekers on an empty, endless run, searching for something that does not exist. Because here's what almost no one will tell you. The greatest aspect of life is that it has no purpose. There is no meaning to it. There never was, and there never needed to be. This sounds shocking at first, almost cruel. If life has no purpose, what is the point of anything? Why do anything at all? But sit with this question for a moment. Consider it honestly. If life had a purpose and if you fulfilled it, what would you do after that? Sit there for the rest of eternity having completed your assignment like a child who has finished their homework and now has nothing to do. The very nature of life is that it is unfolding constantly, endlessly without a destination. The flowers do not bloom because they have a purpose. The rivers do not flow because they have a goal. The stars do not burn because they are trying to achieve something. Life is not a project to be completed. Life is an experience to be lived. So why do you feel lost? You feel lost because you have been told to search for something that does not exist, and you cannot find what is not there. So you keep looking, and the more you look, the more lost you feel. It is the pettiness of the human mind that seeks meaning. Psychologically, you feel disconnected from life if you do not have a purpose. So your mind invents purposes, false purposes. Suddenly you get married. Now the purpose is the other person. Then you have children. Now they are the purpose. Then they grow up and leave. Now you're looking for purpose all over again. You build a career. Now success is the purpose. You retire. Now what? You see what is happening? You're using these things as substitutes for the real experience of life. You are clinging to one purpose after another, trying to feel grounded, trying to feel that you matter, and every time one purpose ends, you feel lost all over again. This is not because you have failed to find your purpose. This is because purpose itself was never the answer. Now, let us talk about something even more important, because there is another reason you feel lost, and this one is even more dangerous. You have confused your lifestyle with your life. These are not the same thing. They are not even related. But almost every modern human being has mistaken the atmosphere of their life for life itself. Your home is not your life. Your job is not your life. Your relationships are not your life. Your achievements are not your life. Your social media following is not your life. These are the surroundings of your life, the stage, the props, the costume. But they are not the thing itself. Life is what is beating inside you right now. The breath entering your lungs, the blood flowing through your veins, the awareness that you are here, that is life. Everything else is just decoration, but you have made the decoration more important than the thing it surrounds. And so when the decoration changes, when the job is lost, when the relationship ends, when the bank account drops, you feel like life itself is collapsing because you do not know the difference. If you mistake your lifestyle for life, you will always suffer because someone else will always have a better lifestyle than you. Someone else will always have a bigger house, a nicer car, a more impressive title, a more attractive partner. And you will always feel less than. You will always feel like you have not yet arrived. You will always feel lost. This is not a problem of circumstances. This is a problem of perception. There is a story. A young man went to apply for a visa to a foreign country. The visa was rejected. He sat outside the building crying as if his life had ended, as if the whole universe had collapsed. But step back for a moment. What had actually happened? A piece of paper had a different stamp than he wanted, that was all. His body was still working. His breath was still flowing. The sun was still shining. The earth was still turning. Life, the actual life, had Snorts not changed by even one molecule. But because he had attached his entire sense of meaning to one external outcome, when that outcome did not arrive, he felt completely lost. This is what happens to most people. You pour your sense of self into a job, a person, a goal, a possession. And when life does not deliver it on your terms, you feel like you have lost everything. But you have only lost your idea of what your life was supposed to look like. Your life itself is still right here, still beating, still happening. No matter what level of economic comfort music you achieve, if you do not know the joy of simply existing, everything else will mock you. It will make you more and more miserable. When you are poor, at least you have hope. You think when I make it, everything will be okay. But once you make it, you discover the most painful truth of all. The emptiness was never about the money. It was always about you. Now, this is where most teachings would tell you. Find yourself, discover who you really are. Search inside. But something turns this on its head. Spirituality is not about finding yourself. It is about losing yourself. Read that again. Spirituality is not about finding yourself. It is about losing yourself. This is one of the most counterintuitive things you will ever hear, and one of the most liberating because the entire reason you feel lost is that you have been trying to find yourself. You have been trying to construct an identity. You have been gathering pieces. Your name, your job, your beliefs, your possessions, your achievements, and trying to assemble them into a self. But the more you try to establish yourself, the more insecure you become. Have you noticed this? When you had nothing as a child, you were okay. You ran around in torn clothes and you were happy. As a young person, you owned almost nothing and you could walk through the world without much worry. But as your life became more organized, as you accumulated a family, children, a bank account, property, a reputation, something strange happened. You became more insecure, not less. The more you have to protect, the more afraid you become of losing it. The more self you have built, the more terrified you are that something will damage it. So you spend your whole life defending an identity that you constructed brick by brick, and the heavier it gets, the more lost you feel. But watch a child playing, truly playing. They are not finding themselves. They're losing themselves. And in that losing, there is a kind of joy that adults have forgotten exists. Watch an artist deeply absorbed in their work. They're not asking, what is my purpose? They are not searching for meaning. They have disappeared into the work, and from that disappearance comes everything beautiful they create. Watch lovers in a moment of true connection. They are not thinking about themselves. They have lost themselves in the other. And in that losing, they find something more real than any self they were ever searching for. This is the secret that has been hiding in plain sight. The way to feel found is to stop trying to find yourself. The way to feel grounded is to stop trying to establish yourself. The way to feel meaningful is to stop searching for meaning. If you can sit and lose yourself in meditation, wonderful. If you cannot do that, lose yourself in dance. If you cannot do that, lose yourself in work, lose yourself in a game, lose yourself in nature, lose yourself in the people you love. It does not matter how, just learn to lose yourself somewhere, somehow, in something. Because the moment you stop trying to be someone, you finally get to experience what it feels like to be alive. Let me put this as directly as possible. You feel lost because you are looking in the wrong direction. You are looking outward for purpose, for meaning, for an answer that will make sense of everything. You are looking forward to some future moment when you will finally have arrived. You are looking sideways, comparing yourself to others, wondering why they seem to have it figured out. But the answer was never out there. It was never in the future. It was never in someone else. The answer is that there is no answer, and that is the most beautiful thing. If life had to mean something to be worth living, then most of life would be meaningless. The flower that blooms and falls without anyone seeing it Meaningless. The bird that sings without an audience. Meaningless. The wave that crashes on a beach where no one is watching. Meaningless. These things are not meaningless. They are the most meaningful things in existence. Not because they have a purpose, but because they are simply being themselves fully without justification. You are designed to do the same. You do not need a purpose to justify your existence. You do not need meaning to make your life valid. You do not need to find yourself to feel whole. You are already alive. That is enough. That has always been enough. You are the one who forgot. There is a phrase that captures this perfectly. Life is not happening to you. Life is happening as you. You are not separate from it. You are not searching for it. You are it. The moment you understand this, really understand this, not just intellectually, the question of being lost becomes absurd. How can you be lost from something you are? A wave does not get lost in the ocean. A wave is the ocean. The same is true of you. You are not a passenger looking for a destination. You are the journey itself, taking shape for a brief moment in human form. Now, this is where many people misunderstand. They hear this and they think, but I still need to live a life. I still need to work. I still need to have relationships. I still need to do things in this world. Are you saying none of that matters? No. The opposite. When you stop demanding that life have a purpose, you become free to actually live it. You can still have a job, but it will not be your identity. It will be something you do, and music will do it more fully because you are not desperately needing it to validate your existence. You can still have a family, but you will not crush them with the weight of being your purpose. You will love them as people, not as roles assigned to you to make your life feel meaningful. You can still have goals. You can still build things. You can still reach for the stars. But your inner state will not depend on whether you reach them. You will move, but not because you are being whipped forward by fear of meaninglessness. You will move because life moves, and you are life. This is freedom, not the freedom to do whatever you want, the freedom from needing life to be a certain way before you can be at peace with it. So if you are feeling lost right now, listen carefully. You are not lost. You are looking for something that does not need to be found. You are searching for an answer to a question that does not need to be asked. The question is not, what is my purpose? The question is, am I actually experiencing my life right now as it is happening? Or am I sleepwalking through it, waiting for some future moment when everything will make sense? That future moment is not coming. It has never come for anyone. The wisest people who ever lived did not arrive at some destination. They simply stopped looking for one and discovered that the journey itself was the destination. The cosmic creation is not your stage. You are not the lead actor in some grand drama where your purpose is the plot. The universe has been here for billions of years. It will be here for billions more. You are not the center of it. You are a brief, beautiful expression of it. And that is not a sad thing. That is the most freeing thing, because if you are not the center, you do not have to carry the weight of having to mean something. You can just be something. And being something, being a piece of life, music alive, aware, breathing is itself the greatest thing that can happen to anyone. So here's the truth that the searching mind does not want to hear. You will never find your purpose because there is no purpose to find. You will never find yourself because there is no self to find. You will never arrive at meaning because meaning was never the destination. But you can do something far better than any of those things. You can stop searching. You can sit right now exactly where you are in the body that is breathing, in the life that is happening, and you can simply notice, I am here. I am alive. The universe has gifted me this moment. And whether anyone ever sees what I do, whether I ever achieve anything that the world calls great, whether I ever figure out who I am, none of that changes the fact that right now in this moment, life is happening. And I am part of it. That is enough. That has always been enough. You are never lost. You are just looking in the wrong direction. Stop looking. Start living. The thing you've been searching for has been carrying you the whole time.